Hey guys, this is Ballin and today I want to talk a little bit about Battlefield 1 and give you my first impressions on the game. So first of all, the most important question, how did I like the game? Well, I really enjoyed playing Battlefield 1. Well, it is something new, but you still have this Battlefield feeling and it is still a Battlefield, and that's what I like about it. And well, it seems like a solid game, even though there are still some bad points. But since we only saw one map and two game modes on this map, I'm not quite sure how it will turn out in the end, and I can't tell how it will turn out, if it will turn out good or bad. But the beta really made me curious and I'm excited to see more. So there will definitely be more Battlefield 1 videos in the future on this channel. Alright, so what I recognized when I played the game for the first time is that it actually kind of looks like Star Wars Battlefront a little bit. So you have the characters who hold the pistols like in Star Wars Battlefront, and the animations kind of look like the ones that we had in Star Wars Battlefront. The dev cam with the red highlights and the main menu, the HUD, and even the map Sinai Desert kind of reminded me on Star Wars Battlefront. For example, on Sinai Desert you have those narrow canyons on the one hand and those wide open fields on the other hand, and it just reminded me on the map Beyondland from Star Wars Battlefront. But in the end it's a completely different game. I just really recognized these points when I first jumped into the game. So let's just talk a little bit about the bad stuff and the good stuff in Battlefield 1. Let's start with the bad points first. So, well, we have some bugs in the game, like floating bodies, or one time I spawned in with no weapons and no stuff and I really couldn't do anything. And I had like 2 or 3 game crashes. But that's something I expected in the beta, of course. Next bad point is the new Conquest mode. I like the old Conquest mode a lot more, because that was something that only Battlefield had. Now it's just like your normal everyday domination mode that every first-person shooter has. You have no tickets anymore, you have just 7 points that can be captured, and the team that holds more objectives gets more points, of course. And there's actually something else I didn't like about the new Conquest, which is the timer. So basically I never had a game that ended with one team reaching 300 points, but mostly it was just the timer running out. So even if your team had less points and you started to capture all the objectives and play really objective to win the game in the end, there was pretty much never enough time to have a comeback. And that was like really annoying. And my last negative point is the melee attacks. Even though I really love the finishing moves, I really didn't like the bayonet charge because it was on the same key as your standard melee attack, and sometimes you just want to run to an enemy from behind and melee him, and well, you ended up charging through the room with your bayonet like a total idiot. So the bayonet charge is not the worst idea, but it should at least be on a different key than your standard melee attack. But enough for the bad stuff, let's talk a little bit about the good points that I noticed. So first of all, the weather. I really love that the weather changed. So you suddenly had sandstorms or fog in the game, and it really changed the whole game dynamic. Because suddenly the sniper rifles that were really good on this map were kinda useless. And well, I had this one game where I was playing with a shotgun and I was running through the sandstorm and I got a whole lot of kills just because the enemies didn't see me coming. So yeah, I really liked the changing weather, but I think it was a little bit too long, just a little bit, because sometimes the sandstorm lasted for like 5 minutes and it can get annoying after some time. Alright, the next positive point is the planes. I like the planes a lot because they were not too overpowered. And like in Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4, if you had a good pilot in the enemy team, you really had a hard time because they were dominating from the air, and now you just have like dogfights in the air, what is great. And you have bombers that don't do too much damage. You can still get a lot of kills with the bomber, but it's not like you drop a bomb over a point and you get like 10 kills or something. Maybe you get 1 kill if you drop the bombs somewhere, and maybe you can take out a vehicle or something, but that's it basically. So in the end, I like that the planes don't affect the gameplay that much. And same with the tanks actually. Some of you will now say, wow, the tanks are so overpowered, but they are not really overpowered. So for the release, the light tank will get a nerf actually. And well, you have a lot of anti-tank stuff, like the anti-tank bullets of the sniper. You have a lot of anti-tank stuff with the assault. The people just don't know how to use them the right way yet. And the last point that I really like about Battlefield 1 is the inaccuracy of the rifles. Like, for example, you aim at someone on, let's say, 50 meters, and you're perfectly on his body, and you shoot, and the bullet misses his body slightly. And this is just because the rifles are a little bit inaccurate. And that's what I really like, because you can still react if an enemy shoots at you, and you can, for example, get behind cover and play it smart just because you don't die in like 2 seconds or something. And well, I just really like to have longer firefights. So yeah, in the end, I liked Battlefield 1 and it has a great potential. But if you're still skeptical about the game, don't pre-order, wait till the release and wait how it turns out. Because it could just turn out like Battlefront, for example, and not deliver enough content for a long time. But of course it could turn out to be a great and consistent game, and that's what I actually expect. So yeah, I am really curious about the game and I already pre-ordered. So if you're not quite sure whether to buy or not, just wait till the release and keep watching my videos. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did so, don't forget to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.